Hey guys, Steve Marks here. Welcome to another live stream. Cool show today. The show opener that's about to happen has been built by you guys. So you sent me in little snippets of music and I've added them into the intro, so enjoy that. Also, my new single dropped on Sunday. It's been out for a little over 1 week now and it's going awesome. So thank you so much for all the streams. If you haven't heard it yet, the link's down below to stream it on your whatever streaming platform you want to. Yeah, guys, I've listened to all your demos. I've given you feedback. If you're watching this back on YouTube or Facebook, smash the like button. If you're new to the channel as well, hit subscribe. There's heaps of demo reviews that I've done in the past. There's a few tutorials and things like that. And if you want to join the community where we chat about music production all week long, you can join the Discord community as well. It's free to join. The link is down below. Let's get into the live stream. Here we go. Woo! Boom. Mic check 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's go. Well, good evening, everybody. I hope you're well. I can see you all there already in the chats, chatting away. We're back for another week of demo reviews. So we are up to live stream number 30. That's crazy. Yeah, so few like little announcements. So the Discord server that we all have, it's already gone over 100 members, which is awesome. So go us. There's heaps of new stuff in there as well. So for anyone new joining in, basically send me your demos. Go onto SoundCloud, search for Steve Marks, and send me a DM with your link. Our Discord server, yeah, it's awesome. I've added a few new things today. So the community playlists that we all have, I'm sick of it being called Steve Marks community playlist. So I'm going to throw it over to you guys. We need to come up with a cool name for it. I've got a thread here going called playlist name. So have a think about what you want to call the playlist. We already have some recommendations. So I wrote Community Collective, but I think there's already one called that. Super Nebula came up with the idea of Hottest Global EDM, which is actually a pretty good name. Steve Marks Community Gems. It's true, but I don't know if it's like catchy. Yeah, so we're going to rename that playlist. And yeah, if you want to submit your Spotify songs for the playlist, do that through the Discord. If you want to join the Discord, it's free to join. The link is in the description. Hello guys, I'll see you all in the comments. Let's get straight into the demo reviews, shall we? So yeah, we have a fair few to get through as well, guys. So if you want to skip the line, as usual, there is a way to do it. There's a donate button on my SoundCloud page. If you want to donate, then you skip the line and I review your track immediately. Wilson, I know you're there in the comments, my friend. Let me know if you still want me to review your track at 7 p.m. At 8 p.m. Sorry. Let me know. Also, I did already have a donation, but I didn't see who it was from. Give me 1 second, guys. I'm just opening. Yeah, if you have some songs for the Spotify playlist, put them in the Spotify thread of the Discord. Do not send them into SoundCloud. Oh yeah, the community, the Discord community created the new show opener. So it's the second week we've had that up and running. There is still there's probably about 1 minute left of music that you guys can create to put in the show opener. So if you want to submit, just go ahead and submit. All right, S143, Night City, Emotional, Happy, Hardcore. Let's have a listen. I'm also just going to make my volume a little louder. I just noticed there's some high frequencies there that were creating a buzz. I wasn't sure if it was my headphones or the song. So so far so good. Just that little that digital distortion sounds a little funny. nice work with adding the high frequency sort of pads above the melodies as well. That was sort of the third layer on this huge sort of rotation of the drop. Yeah, so sort of in the introduction and during this sort of bridge section, you had really cool like automations and things like that. You had filters coming in, cutting things off. Then when you get to your big moment of, where was it? I was here. All this is quite consistent until you add the new this bit. So you integrated a new sort of a new synth with a bit of delay, with not many sort of automations or anything going on in between. You did have some good variations in the percussion, which is cool. And then not much happens until you add in these pads on the top. Good automations, as I mentioned in the first sort of minute of the track, and then those automations sort of disappeared. So maybe Mr. S143, if you add a few more variations through your high energy track, like I know it's happy hardcore, but you do need to have some moments where like some things sort of filter down, or you might change the EQ and sweep it up, sweep it down, something like that. But overall, very nicely done. The kick comes through quite well. You had very good sort of sound selection. Like all your sounds sounded like they belonged together, which was good. And every time you introduce a new element into the track, it was brought in very nicely. Like it didn't come in like bang and it sounded strange. It came in very gently and it sounded familiar and it fit well with the track. So you built a really solid base and then you added another layer on top and another layer on top, and they all worked really well together. Give it a bit more variation during those long melodic periods, and I think you've got a nice little track there. I need your help to sign this in a record label. Do I know someone? Yes. I'm trying to think. There is someone in the Discord that started their own label. I don't remember who it was. Yeah, I mean I could search, but I'm gonna get through these demos. Do you know what? That's a pretty good start to the stream. So we're gonna push on to the next demo. Thank you S143. All right, Acrobats. What's happening? Oh, SoundCloud is frozen. Interesting. Restart it. Yeah. What's going on? I can't click. Can't click anything. Right. Give me a sec, I will be back.
Очень мало народу, мадам. Очень. Беспонтовая музыка. На самом деле, очень плохая музыка.
А зачем вы пришли сюда?
Я думал, намного лучше будет это все. И очень плохая музыка, просто очень плохая музыка. Я думал, намного лучше это все будет. Сколько раз сюда ходил, было намного лучше. Ну и на этот раз как-то не удалось. Во-первых, народу мало, музыка не очень.
А что за направление?
А?
Что за направление?
Направление? Какое направление?
Что за направление музыки играет там?
Russian Robotics просто супер, отлично.
Okay, I finally worked it out. So I don't know. SoundCloud just sort of went to sleep on us for a little bit there. So we're back. Yes, it was Rebel. So S143. Write to Rebel in our Discord. He has his new record label. Pretty sure it was like France and stuff. So you might have a shot. All right, Acrobats. Let's have a listen to your track. Gotta Run remix.
Инста, самка и Апаша. Уёбок. Колесей, уёбок, gotta run.
Also, if you're watching on YouTube or Facebook, smash the like button. Also, I keep going through, I think I said this last week, I keep going through my YouTube statistics and it's telling me that only 40% of the people that watch are subscribed. So if you're not subscribed, just do it. I don't know why I ask, it's just numbers on a screen for me, but it also shows my growth from starting this channel. So I'm sort of using that as a growth chart. So smash the like button, subscribe. You're awesome. Let's grow with music together. Very nicely mixed bass line, Mr. Acrobats. Acrobats, my friend, I don't know what you discovered in the last like 2 weeks. I remember your track last week was absolute fire as well. I've only listened to 1 minute of this already and it's like even better like than last week's one. You had about 2 months where everything you were sending sounded a little like, some things were a little out of key and your verse didn't really match your drops. Last week was absolute fire. This week already is absolute fire. So man, awesome. What's up, Twitch? I see you guys there on Twitch. Hello. Wow, man, really, really good. So, gonna be honest, I don't know the original track, but I know from my history of listening to your remixes that they're always so different to the original. So it sounds sick, man. One thing, like the bass line is awesome, thick and strong, coming through from like the first moment of the track. The percussion is sick, like the percussion drives the track, and also that really sort of stabby synth you've got on, really, really nice. Everything's mixed quite well as well. There's nothing that's too loud. And one thing you did really well, really well, was the little integrations of the of vocal chops here and there. So like a little bit further on, I think. Yeah, like those little things. A little bit gas, and then again here there's a perfect. Yeah, really nice, man, because even if you did not have those little vocal chops integrated in the drop would still be really good, but you've already added them in and you've taken it to that next level already. Like you can't really improve the mixing or the sound design or anything else, man. That track is very, very nice. So you should, man, I would get that mastered and I would start sending a mastered copy around to some record labels, man. That's cool. And I agree with the comments. It's panning hard. I like it. I wrote fire. It is a big tune, and yes, it is stamped record style. It's sort of, it's hard to pinpoint a genre on that one. It's very, very cool. And then it's like different, so it feels like the track has a bit of aggression, like it's doing its own thing. Man, really, really cool. Alright, we're pushing on to Night Sky. So this track is called ID Believer. Have a listen. Also, guys, if you're wondering about how to submit, I do see a lot of you guys there on YouTube, Facebook, and Twitch. Just send your demos here. So soundcloud.com/SteveMarksMusic. You'll get into the line of demos, and then I will review it when I can. I always review in order of submission because I feel that's the fairest way to do it. This is our 30th week of doing this. That's the methodology I've come up with, and it seemed to have worked for this long. If you don't have all night and you want to hear your demo now, you can smash the donate button and then you'll go to the front of the line. So if you want to do that, smash donate. Thank you. Let me know in the chat that you donated, and then I'll get straight to your demo. All right, Night Sky. Really good so far. This track is dying for some pitch bends. Pitch bend. So, wow, percussion is cool. I love how you've got your tom drums that are kind of wide and go doom, 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 doom in each ear. Really, really cool. I also loved, what was it? Something here. Yeah, so I hear you have a really faint top melody that you just introduced there, like but it sounds I don't know because I haven't seen your project. It sounds very quiet in the mix, which I guess is intentional. But there are parts when your chords are hitting, like the dun 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 dun. When those chords are hitting, it's actually drowning out that tiny little melody. And there's a very easy way to fix that. So your chords, the synths that you have for sort of your mid-high frequencies, and like the body of your track, you need to EQ out some of the high end from some of those synths. Wait, I'll do it here. You need to EQ out some of the frequencies on the high end of those synths so that your lead, the little lead that's happening in the higher frequency spectrum, the higher octaves of the piano, boost that in the high frequencies, and then you'll find that that will cut through the frequencies a lot better, and it won't be competing for your ears due to the sort of frequency clash that's occurring. It's only very slight. I'll play it again so you guys can hear, but listen after the tom drums that go dun 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 dun. There's a tiny little top melody that comes in, and it kind of, you hear it, it's subtle, but every time the chords happen, the kind of chords overpower it, and it falls behind the sounds. So it's about to come in now. Yeah. Really, really nice.
Let me rescue from the bed. You have a place here with me. He's a believer, a dreamer. Nothing's dying as a lever. Pretty kind of he's a believer, a dreamer. Nothing's dying as a lever. He's a believer, a believer. He's a believer, Let me rescue from the bed. You have a place here with me. Let me rescue from the bed. You have a place here with me.
Wow. Man, that's very, very good. Yeah, I mean the you create such good emotion and stuff in that track as well. Yeah, my only recommendation would be the tiny little EQing that you need to do on those sort of huge drop leads, drop chords. They have a lot of sort of high frequencies filtering in, which is making your top melodies sort of fall behind the chords. If that's how you created the track and that's how you want it to be, then leave it. But if you notice yourself when you were producing it that it sounds like your top melodies are getting lost or falling behind, it's because it's clashing in frequency. But man, awesome track. Guys, all right, we are gonna try and get through some of these. Let's have a listen to a Vikuru War Machine.
All systems go. We have created amazing machines. All systems go. Electromagnetism.
Really cool. You've sent this to me at a perfect time because the idea is pretty much finished. You've got like really cool panning and things like that. The effects you've got going on is really good. All your samples are in key. Your sound design is very cool. From Chile, really cool. Don't take this the wrong way, but I thought you might have been from like Japan or China because the musical influence sounds very Japanese, Chinese, but really cool.
All systems go. And use them to destroy our fellow man.
The low end in the drop seems to be playing okay.
All systems go.
Yeah.
All systems go.
I was trying to focus on the bass line. There's a the bass lines mix very quietly, and it's sort of very low frequency. So good work with the comments, guys. So Vikuru, I think you have a bass line where the frequencies are very low, which is what a bass line does. But maybe duplicate your bass line and just shift everything up one octave. What that will do is bring your bass line into the sort of low mid frequencies. And then what will happen is your bass line will be able to come through on a smartphone or something like that because your bass is very low. Then when the drop hits, you've got the when the drops hit, there's no, I guess there's no bass line in there. It's sort of all your elements that you have, your percussive elements and your sort of short, sharp, stabby synth has a lot of bass frequencies that's creating that bass drive. So, I mean, yeah, it's a cool concept. I don't know what to suggest to make it better, because I know the idea you've created and it sounds sick. Just yeah, it's up to you to take it in the next direction. But yeah, it's deep, dark, dirty. Really, really cool. I would also maybe add a few elements onto your master channel, just to bring it up a little bit in terms of dynamics. So like an OTT, a bit of saturation, and also like make it a little bit louder. So you can use like a series of limiters, like very, very small limit increases in volume to sort of make your track a bit louder. Adding saturation will make it a bit more like, I guess like it'll thin out some of your frequencies and it'll saturate a few more. You can create some cool effects with some of those. All right, man, I'm gonna push on to Bix. All right, Mr. Bix, NOTD. Oh, wrong button. Track's called Nobody. It's unmastered. It's by Bix. Let's have a listen, Mr. Bix.
You will be the end of me. You're the end of me. I know, I know, I know. You treat my heart so recklessly. Yeah, it's hard to let you go, 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 go. Nobody's gonna love me like you. Nobody's gonna love me like you do. Nobody's gonna love me like you. Nobody's gonna love me like you do.
Nice. Wow. It's so cool, man. It's so chilly.
Nobody's gonna love me like you do.
Bix, man, super, super cool. It's like, it sounds super stripped back and super like, it sounds like very naked. But I can imagine being in like a small bar and seeing like a live band playing this. Like it's so simplistic in its production that it's like almost perfect. I would maybe on your bass line, you've got your sort of dun 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 dun, like your bass line's happening. Make your notes a little bit shorter because they're all a little bit. I mean, it's fine how it is. If you shorten them up a bit, it'll give the track a bit more. It'll make it a bit. I don't know. I don't know what the right word is. It feels a bit too bass heavy for the mood you're trying to create. But if you shorten up your bass notes a bit, what you'll do is instead of having your bass frequencies sort of with just this much space, if you shorten your bass notes, you'll end up having a little bit more space in between each note. And that'll make your track a bit lighter and a bit like less, yeah, like a bit cleaner. I don't know. And also when you're sort of just check the EQ on that channel because it sounds like the EQ you have is letting in a lot of bass frequencies, which is sort of clashing with your bass line. So just EQ up and EQ out some of the low frequencies in there because it seems to create a slight reduction in like loudness when you have the kick, the bass, and that lead happening at the same time. But man, like the vibe is super chilly. Everything's mixed quite nicely. When you bring in the hi-hats as well, on the offbeat, it's good. In my opinion, and it's just my opinion, the sample of the hi-hat is very short. Maybe if you had a sample that's a little bit longer, a little bit. Yeah, but I mean, it's all up to you, man. It depends on the vibe you want to create. Man, really, really nice remix. Super like sleek, sophisticated. Yeah, I dig it, man. Today's been a crazy stream. Wilson, I see you're in the chat, my friend. So I'm going to give your new track a listen. I know you said wait till 8 o'clock, but you're in there and participating. So let's give it a listen. This is Amore version 2. And it's in progress. Let's have a listen. Nice dirty bass there. Go. nice with the strings here too, man. Really, really good. I think I'll let this play out until the next sort of drop. Nice. Yeah. This is perfect with your second drop. I can already tell that it's a bit sort of fuller. This had a very sort of thin bass line, and I was going to mention that, but you've thickened it out. You've given it some balls in the second half of the track. Yeah, let's keep listening. No, I don't think it needs a break of sorts. You've got this like nice sort of orchestral part in the middle there. Yeah, I mean, there's not too much to add to this. Like to sort of make it better. I think you just play around with some elements. Like, what do you need in there? Like, you've got a really good string section, and then you've got like the sort of the driving beat that happens sort of from this point on, from the 3-minute mark. Maybe what you could have is some cuts. So 1 2 3 4 2 2 3 4. After, when you get to your 8th bar, maybe pull out your kick and sort of filter out all your kicks. Filter out all your synths, and then have some strings do like 3 notes worth of something, and then it drops back into the beat. So it gives some variation throughout. Because I mean, with sort of trance music, it is quite consistent and sort of it's like the same loops over and over and over. But like music is, you wanna remain entertained or have little bits of sugar and happiness in there. So you could do what I say. You can filter some stuff out, sweep it up into the high frequencies, add some strings, just for like 1 or 2 beats, and then back into the sort of the drive. Add some stop starts. That would be cool, man. And it's your sort of signature trance sound, man. So keep going with that sort of style, man, and just keep releasing tracks. All right, Miss Trip, that's just a thank you or whatever. All right. Would be amazing if I could get some feedback. All right, Yanniklas, Escape. Let's have a listen. Nice use of the Reese bass line as well. Really cool. I agree with the comments in that the kick is a little bit lost in the drop. Also, it's so important. You have the melody dun 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 or whatever it is. You have your bass line going dun 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 dun, doing the same note throughout the whole drop. When you get to like the third rotation of your drop, so you wanna drop your bass line down so that your track sort of opens up. So everything's happening like this. Dun 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 dun. So your bass line goes dun 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 dun. Dun 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 dum dum dum. So drop it down and you'll notice your track will get like so much more depth. This also reminds me of like Brooks style of production as well, the way you've created your drop. I can't make the note with my voice. Dun 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 dun. Yeah, it's man, it's almost there. The bass line. Play around with the bass line in your drop. Don't be scared about stuffing anything up. You can take your whole bass line, duplicate it, mute the first one, and then play around with everything in that second track that you've created and get that harmonic happening with that bass line. Because when bass harmonics happen with a melody, it's like, oh, like you wonder how Brooks and Mesto do it. They use harmonic bass lines with their chords and stuff. It's really cool. So that's a tip for everyone. Man, really good song. This week's stream is crazy. This is such a strong stream. So man, thanks for submitting, and let's push on. Addy Music's track's called Games. Let's have a listen.
Then
Nice track so far. All the bass is in the left channel though. Probably like 80% in the left. Ah, okay, now it's centered. The majority in the left. Okay, now it's interesting. It's fine. Really nice balance. You've got a perfect balance in this track of like the vocals and the production. Wow, such a strong track, really. The Addy Musics, man, really strong track. I do remember you submitting some stuff, but like a long time ago. I don't remember like what your sound was previously, but this sounds very nice, very full, and so great sound design. All your samples are in key. Everything has like good rhythm. It does. The thing you probably need to focus on is getting your output to sound a little bit more full. So look into what you can add onto your master channel just to make your output a little bit louder. So like add a tiny bit of like compression, like a glue compressor, to sort of mesh some things together. OTT, saturation, a slight EQ band on the super high frequencies and super low frequencies, get them out. And yeah, I mean, it was unreal. Like where was it? This part here. So this section here, I did, when you have your when your notes skip up into the higher octaves, and this goes for everyone, you start to get this weird sort of digital harmonic with your sub basses, that instead of it being like it kind of goes like it creates like a harmonic tone. You can get rid of that by adding a bit of an EQ on that channel, and you don't get the in your output. But man, that's just a very, I'm trying to find something to tell you to improve, but the production that you've created is very good. Just just work on its loudness for final output. Man, really, really good track. All right, we're pushing on to West Baby. I don't want to tell you, okay? Well, West Baby, don't tell me then. Just gonna listen to your track. I will tell you.
I don't wanna tell you. I don't wanna tell you too much. I don't wanna tell you. I don't wanna tell you too much. I don't wanna tell you. I don't wanna tell you too much. I don't wanna tell you. I don't wanna tell you too much. I don't wanna tell you. I don't wanna tell you too much. I don't wanna tell you. I don't wanna tell you too much. I don't want. I don't want. I don't want. I don't wanna tell you too much. I don't wanna tell you too much. I don't wanna tell you. I don't wanna tell you too much. I don't wanna tell you. I don't wanna tell you too much. I don't wanna tell you. I don't wanna tell you too much. I don't wanna tell you. I don't wanna tell you too much. I don't wanna tell you. I don't wanna tell you too much. I don't wanna tell you. I don't wanna tell you too much. I don't want. I don't want. I don't want. I don't wanna tell you too much.
Bro, really cool. What I would recommend is adding some effects onto the vocal, because the vocal is doing the exact same thing through the whole track. So you could have like throw a heap of overdrive on the vocal. So cut your vocal up, pan some left, pan some right. Some of the vocal that you put on the left side always have a common theme, like distortion, echo, whatever. So it's like, I don't want to tell you. Like play with the vocal, give a bit of call and response. That'll make it a bit more. So like this track is such a groove. Like you would just sort of dance to it and be like, yeah, this is sick. Like this is sick. But if you want it to be like, whoa, that's cool, is break your vocal up and play around with it. Give it some filter, give it some reverb, give it some echo. Some overdrive, anything, like make those vocals sound cool, because it sounds consistent throughout the whole thing. So just an idea. Your production style is very sleek and very like sort of like house, like tech house, touch of like tropical house. It's just like minimalist, but all the elements are there for a great track. I liked your sort of percussion as well. You had like, it was sort of like a hi-hat and a shaker at the same time. Wait, where is it? I don't wanna tell you. And your clap and your slap is so like boom. Really, really cool. Yeah, my main recommendation for improving that is the vocal, man. Play around with that, chop it up, do some cool things, and you'll you'll take it to that next level. No worries, my friend. All right, Pahip Chow. Let's have a listen to Medi extended mix. Okay, man, I do have some recommendations for this. So you have a very, the build-up is good and very stripped back and sort of held back. When the drop happens, it's like, whoa, very, very nice. This is all quite nicely mixed. You've got a nice little side chain that's compressing everything away from the kick, but you introduce something here in the second half of the drop that has some low frequencies that starts to create some crushing. Yeah, this section, I'm hearing like a rumble or something in the bottom, and it doesn't sound right. So go back to your project and see what you integrated into that second drop here. Because it's totally crushing some frequencies. It's interfering with the kick as well. So you might have added a new sample or something on there where you haven't EQ'd out the bass frequencies. So make sure you, I always do that wrong. I never know which way. Anyway, EQ out some bass frequencies so it's not clashing with your kick. And that will sort of, I guess, decrease some of the muddiness that started to happen in the second half of your drop. So this top melody is a little out of key in parts. It's hitting on the wrong notes, not in the same scale as the chords, so it sounds a little bit funny. And that came in quite loud as well in the headphones, so maybe you can automate that in, like instead of having it on its actual volume, create some automation and just have it slowly come in. So you've got your bass line goes dun 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 dun. I would, on your fourth note of your bass line, instead of going back up, go down. So it's like How does it go? Yeah, and again in the second drop, there's something in there that's sort of clashing with everything else as well. So go back through, find that sample that's sort of clashing, and try and EQ that out. All right, let's have a listen to Psycho Music, Rehab, Mike Williams, Lullaby, Psycho remix. I guess I'll like this because I love the original.
Hypnotized this love out of me. Without your air, I can't even breathe. Lead my way out into the light. Sing your la 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 lullaby. Cherries in the ashtray, take me through the day. I just gotta make you a drunken memory. See you in the puddles on the Chardonnay. Sleeping in my bathtub, I can't wash you away.
So Psycho, the way you integrated the vocal on here, you had the vocal start on the first beat, but actually where the vocal starts on the first beat is like with the vocal, it's like hypnotize. So when it goes ties, hypnotize is when it should start on the first beat. So your beat's going like this, so it should go hypnotizes, instead of you have it sort of starting right on the beat. So hypnotizes, and it's sort of halfway through the first bar. It needs to be back 2 beats so that it gels a bit better with your production. I really like this. I think, yeah, I think if you sync up the vocal a little bit better, bring the vocal in a bit better, a little earlier, so 2 beats before, with the vocals sitting properly on that track, it will be really cool. Your drop is very strong. Your main output is very strong. Like your mixing style is very, very good. And it pretty much sounds like, yeah, it sounds like a Mike Williams track. So like I know it's Mike Williams did the original. You also have that sort of whistle in there on the second rotation of the drop as well. That's very sort of future bounce style. So really, really cool. Yeah, the only thing I can't fully enjoy it because the vocal's not sitting right. So get the vocal sitting right, man, and then it will be like just so much better. Yeah, really cool. There's not much to improve on because it's sounding so good. So really, really nice. All right, DTS. Wrong links. I think that's not good either. Okay, looks like DTS is not in the doesn't have any active links. All right, Lunatic Compliment. Let's have a listen. I mean, anything, yeah, that's super high up, it really hurts the ears, like to listen to. Also the kick, you have the kick at like maximum volume, so bring that down about 20%. Really, really cool. Really cool track, man. Really, really good stream this week. Unbelievable. All right, Amar Bro here. Let's check out Beats. just the actual sound you've selected for your bass sounds a little like weak for what you're trying to achieve. So use that bass line that you already have, duplicate it, and try and find another sound that doesn't sound so sounds a little bit robotic, and definitely add like another bass that's lower in frequency, lower in octave, so it gives your track a nice strong deep foundation underneath it, because it sounds very thin, very light. You need something heavy and strong for like a bass line. Yeah, that's my advice for that track, man. So I hope that helps. We're going to push on to the Knox. This track is called On My Way. Let's have a listen, Knox. Alright, Knox, you have the opposite issue of what the last track had. So, Amar Brohi had a very sort of thin bass line that was in the mid frequencies. You have a super thick bass line in the sub frequencies, but you've got nothing above it to sort of make a fuller bass line. So, you need to do the opposite. You need to duplicate your bass line into another track, shift everything up one octave, EQ everything a little bit more into the sub-mid frequencies, and then you'll notice you'll have a lot thicker bass line. Yeah, man. Nice. I still stand by my comment. You need a sort of mid bass as well. Maybe I think it was the second track I reviewed tonight. I was talking about harmonics in bass lines. So your bass line follows your chords everywhere they go. So you've got a chord with, like, let's say 3 or 4 notes. Your bass line is, for example, always the bottom note of your chord, right? Dun, 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 dun. What you can do is when your chords change, you can actually have your bass line go in a harmonic step. So instead of following exactly, you can have your chords here. So when your chords go up, instead of your bass line going to match it, it can go down on a harmonic note. And what it does is it creates this awesome dynamic. And this is really the difference between producers like us and producers that are at like the top level. They will create their chords and their bass lines, and their bass lines will generally hit some really nice harmonic notes. So when the song plays, it gets this moment, you're just like, wow, it's so good. It's because it's created this cool harmonic in frequency, harmonic in note, and it just sounds really, really cool. So yeah, Really, really cool, man. I really dig that track. So yeah, just get that bass line fixed up, move it up, get a mid bass. All right, we're gonna continue with Henry Wiener Sound. Let's have a listen. It's called Impostor ID. Also, Henry Werner, it's your first time submitting, so welcome to the community, man. Join. So there's some in the comments. There's basically my Instagram. So feel free to talk to me. There's our Discord community as well. You should join that. It's all of us that speak on these live streams. We hang out on a Discord server as well, and we talk about music production tips. We run competitions and things like that. So please join. Free to join. The link's in the description. Let's listen to your track. I'm gonna have a click for your profile as well and see if there's anything we can improve on. So let's have a listen.
You've been on a mission to take my pride away from me. You don't ever listen, and you live with your complacency. You don't scare me, but you should fear me. The sun is setting, don't trust your hearing. You made a monster, I'm your imposter. Go ahead and wander, but don't trust the water. Suffocating, devastating, and your complacency. You don't scare me, but you should fear me. The sun is setting, don't trust your hearing. You made a monster, I'm your imposter. Go ahead and wander, but don't trust the water. Suffocating, devastating, enervating, concentrating, captivating, aggravating, calculating.
Nice work with the vocal.
But don't trust the water. Suffocating, devastating, enervating, concentrating, captivating, aggravating, calculating. I'm a member of the deep. You've been on a mission to take my pride away from me. You don't ever listen, and you live with your complacency. You don't scare me, but you should fear me. The sun is setting.
Henry,
Don't trust your
das ist
hearing.
sehr schön, meine
You
Freunde.
made a
Sehr, sehr
monster,
gut.
I'm your imposter. Go ahead and wander, but don't trust the water. Don't trust the water. Suffocating, devastating, enervating, concentrating, captivating, aggravating, calculating. I'm a member of the deep.
Henry, meine Freunde, das ist sehr, sehr, sehr schön. Kleine bisschen mehr automation. So maybe some more automation. You have the vocal. I hear the many different layers of the vocal that you have. You've got some with like a bit of digitization, a bit of vocode on it. You've got different pitched vocals as well. Play around with those vocals in different parts. Yeah, really, really cool. It's very like mysterious, disjointed. Yeah, the emotion that it creates, it sounds like very cold and very like, yeah, very mysterious, but it also has that like the 50 Shades of Grey sort of vibe to it, like very like, yeah, mysterious, man. I really, really like that. Really, really cool track, man. So thanks for submitting. Welcome to the community. Ich bin Deutsch lernen. ich gehe zu meiner Sprachschule täglich und Deutsch ist nicht so good. So, scheißegal. Thank you, man. Thanks for submitting. We're going to push on to OSX. This track is called Crystal. Let's have a listen. Also a new submitter, so I'm going to follow you back, my friend. Let's have a listen to Crystal. I'm also going to click through your profile, man, and see if we can improve anything. Feel free to join our Discord community. There's a link in the description. It's free to join. We talk about music production all day, all night. You can also practice your lyric writing. We even have a count and rhyme section. So we're up to number like 800 and something. Every time you write the number, you need to write a rhyme next to it. Helps with like the creative process. Let's have a listen. Cool track so far. Guys, if you're watching on YouTube, I see you there. I also see you on Twitch. Yeah, I usually finish at about 9 or 9:30 with these streams. So if you ever want to skip the line, you just hit the donate button on my SoundCloud page. It's just a small donation that helps me buy beer and survive during Corona. I'm used to earning hundreds of euros per night playing in clubs. And now I'm doing this for free to help everyone out because I'm a nice guy. So yeah, if you want to donate, skip the line, no problems at all. Okay, man, it's a good track. There's a few things I recommend you investigate. It's your percussion to start. Your percussion's good. You have the hi-hats and stuff like that, but it's sort of very consistent throughout. You just sort of have the snare and the kick, and then you add the hi-hats, and that's sort of it. And you sort of vary between those few sort of combinations. Add some stop starts, add some like percussive stuff, like instead of boom cha to boom cha to boom cha 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 cha, stuff like that. It sort of spices it up. It gives it a little, like, you know, like Salt Bae. You're at the stage where you need to start doing this to your track, you know. The bass line, man, is very, very good. I really like that bass line. Yeah, I really dig it. It's got like good bounce and good good sort of swing to it. Maybe it could benefit from some sort of vocal as well. So whether it's just you singing some stuff into the microphone, like, oh yeah, come on, something like that. You can have that sort of throughout. Just something else. Find something else, put it in, take it to that next level, man. That's what we're here to try to achieve with everyone. So, man, I hope that helps you out a little bit for sort of music production and beyond. Let's have a quick look around your profile. Are you a Corona DJ? Bit longer? Good. Yeah, you sound like you know what you're doing. Now's time to get the finishing touches. So I see you're from Paris. Bonsoir. French. Je m'appelle Steve. Tu t'appelles comment? I don't know anymore. Thanks, man. Thanks for submitting. Welcome. All right. DJ Mad ZZ is just a sort of response. So MN. What's going on here? Crystal. What's this? Yeah, cool. Sounds good, man. DJ Manifestor. Out of key. I'm looking to do any of it. Yep. What can I call this? All right. Have a listen. What can I call this with ADJ, Mr. Manifestor? Hi, Gianca, I see you there in the comments. I only accept submissions through the SoundCloud, so it's just to keep everything neatly in order, create some structure. If I'm looking on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, Twitter, Twitch for submissions, it goes crazy. So apologies if you can't send right now. You can only send DMs on SoundCloud from a computer. So don't stress, I do this every week, my friends. So feel free when you get a computer, when you get home or if you're on the go or whatever, send me a DM through SoundCloud. That's how I accept the demos. That too loud for it. I know what you mean about the second drop sounding a little weird. I think what it is, so the bass isn't out of key. I think the other elements that you've introduced in the second drop, they're clashing in terms of frequency, and it's only like maybe you have, maybe you haven't, I'm not sure, but maybe you need to put an EQ and sort of cut out all the bass frequencies on the new elements that you've added in, so that it doesn't interfere with what's already happening down in the bass frequencies. I hope that makes sense. Because the track is good, man. It's got good energy, good vibe. I would maybe give that main saw lead or whatever you got, the I'd give that maybe a wider compression, like a wider side chain, so that it's more pulse. Instead of it's like a very subtle, like it's a very small compression. I'd make the compression bigger, I'd make it wider so that it's more pulse. Yeah, more pulse. Hope that helps. But man, it's big, it sounds big. If you look at the comments, there's Vikuru is like, oh my gosh. Yeah man, good track, really good. All right, Mr. Charlie Mansell, please review this one instead. Steve, okay, will do. All right, let's have a listen, Mr. Charlie. Let's go bass.
They want me to go get that cash. They want me to go bring it back. They want me to break it off to them, but I ain't gonna have none of that. They want me to go get that cash. They want me to go bring it back. They want me to break it off to them, but I ain't gonna have none of that. They want me to go get that cash. They want me to go bring it back. They want me to break it off to them, but I ain't gonna have none of that. They want me to go get that cash. They want me to go bring it back. They want me to break it off to them, but I ain't gonna have none of that.
Man, really good start. Yeah, now you just need to add the sugar, bro. Some brass stabs. Bam, bam, ba-dam, bam, ba-dam, bam, ba-dam, bam, ba-dam, bam. Dun-dun-dun-dun-dun, dun-dun-dun-dun-dun, bam, bam, ba-dam, ba-dam, bam, bam.
Gonna have none of that.
Yeah, you got it, but they're short and sharp. More reverb, make them bam.
But I ain't gonna have none of that.
So you've got also, man, you've done that really cool call and response thing. Like you've got two sort of synths in the drop. So what I would do is to even further differentiate the two. It's something that, who does it well? Oliver Heldens does it well, where he'll have like one lead doing something, and then he'll change to another lead, but he also changes the percussion. And it's always like with an open hi-hat on the offbeat and a clap. So you keep this bit very thin and aggressive, like you've got it. And then now you do like a platter spin, and then it goes into this bit with an offbeat hi-hat. Boom, chuts, 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 chuts. Yeah man, really good track. So far so good. If you guys have heard of Charlie Mansell, or if he sounds familiar, he won the Legacy Remix contest and he gave us an awesome walkthrough of how he made the remix. So if you're tuned in and watching after this stream, go on my profile page guys and go find this video of Charlie talking about his remix. It's very, very cool. Very, very cool. Thank you for that, Charlie. We love your work. Also, thanks for sending in this track, man. It's another good track from you, man. Really, really good. I'm excited for what we have going on as well, brother. So keep in touch. Cool, man. Really, really good. Guys, I'm going to, so basically I'm calling it that, so MN is going to be the last track for tonight. So if anyone submits after that, you can just tell them, calm down, chill. He already gave the call out for sort of like, you know, like in a bar when they go last call. This is my last call for tracks. So last call has happened. I see you there on YouTube and Facebook. So smash the like button if you're watching. Also, don't be shy to comment. Let us know where you're from, where you're tuned in from. You might be on the bus. You might be in bed. You might be just getting up for work. Like, we are streaming live around the world. We're currently live on YouTube, Facebook, and Twitch. And I'm a little live indicator for Facebook. Yeah. And yeah, let's kick on with Funky Gio, Impressive Dream. Nice deep kick. Nice little funky beat going on here. Apologies for skipping through Funky Gio. It's 6 minutes long and I want to try and smash through some other tracks, but this is a much better track to the last two you've submitted. I know you're like a new producer and everything like that. This is much better. Got a better structure. Everything sounds like it belongs together. Your other few tracks sound a little bit funky and a little bit like disjointed, if you like. This is a lot smoother. Everything sounds like it belongs together. Done it very, very nicely. Well done. Cool. It's good. It's good. It is a deep house, tech house maybe track. Tech house instead of deep house. Deep house is more like baseline takes you. This is more like chill. Funky Gear, much better. Definitely improving. Really, really good. All you have to do to improve is to just keep making music. So thank you for sending that in. Don't be shy to put things on your profile either. I see you're from Netherlands, so I don't know much Dutch. I can say dankjewel. So dankjewel for the music. Yeah, that's all I can do. So thank you. We're going to push on to Audi Co. Okay, so there's a few here. I'm going to listen to your most recent track. That's normally what I do with people who submit one sort of someone who submits many tracks, I will listen to your most recent one, because this should be the best skills you have, you know. Let's listen to Audi Co. Continuum. I'm also going to follow you. I'm going to go through your profile and see if we can improve anything. Also, join our Discord community. There's links in the description. It's free to join. We talk about music production and we learn all day and all night. Really cool. So far, all that's missing is some little elements, some energy building up, and then when you've built up, you need to have a slow release. So I think you're new to music production, and your skills so far are very, very good, very, very good. When you build up to the drop, you need to have what's called white noise. And it sort of like sweeps down. Really, really good so far. Let's keep listening. Also, Audi Co, you have all your pianos and things like that that sound really good. What's happening is you need to put an equalizer on that. So it's called an EQ. You put it onto that instrument that you've made, and you need to filter, so bring out all the low frequencies for your pianos and things like that. Because what's happening is when your pianos are playing, they're playing most of the sound that you hear, but they always have a little bit of rubbish and garbage and crap that's coming through in frequency, right? And it's only very small, but when you have many tracks like you do, all those little bits of garbage really build up to create one big pile of garbage. So by making an EQ and filtering that out, all that garbage disappears, and then that allows your bass line to be heard. Because at the moment I hear your melodies very, very, very well, and your chords and your pianos, but I don't hear things like your kick drum too good, and I don't hear your bass line too good either. So I made a tutorial on how to mix bass lines on my YouTube channel. Go check that out. Just watch the tutorial. It's only about maybe I think 7 or 8 minutes long. You might learn something about mixing and using the equalizer. It's called the EQ, to boost certain frequencies and remove certain frequencies. I think you will benefit from that, my friend. Good track, really, really good track. Thank you for submitting. And I hope the feedback helps you to sort of improve. As I mentioned, join our free Discord community. I saw that you were from India, Bangladesh. We do have some members from Bangladesh in the Discord community, so feel free to join. All right, it's Unfinished from Off Maze. Let's have a listen. Oh, I need to get some water. Let's have a listen, Maze. Really cool. The samples that you've selected to, I wouldn't say you've filled the space. I'd say you've taken stuff out to make those small samples shine. Really, really cool. What I would do is play around a little bit more with those vocal samples. So you could have some automation that makes it sort of pan from left to right. So like for instance, you could have the cough going in your left ear, or you could have like, hey, don't be scared to give your samples width as well. What that makes, it makes it sound like, instead of the sounds coming from directly in front of you, it sounds like, for example, the hey sound. The hey sound is already a little wide, like a nice sort of stereo sample, but giving it more width will sort of make that sound go a bit wider. So it'll sound like hey, so it'll be like, oh, there's people yelling at me. Really, really cool track, man. Really dig that. Keep working on that. That will be cool. All right, Matoid Gates, work in progress. Let's have a listen. You were the dude on Twitch messaging, right? I'm gonna give you a follow. Yeah, and I'm gonna just, yeah, I'm sure you've heard the stuff about Discord. Join, subscribe, blah 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 blah. I have a listen. I'll go through your profile and recommend some things as well to update. EDM producer from New York City, man. Welcome. We have many people on the Discord from America, so also make sure you add some information about you. I really want your Instagram and your socials on here as well, because people want to network, they want to see who you are, and I want to tag you in a post as well on Instagram, so make sure you update that, bro. Yeah, wow, so far so good. The bass line is very, very nicely mixed. You got the perfect balance of like sub frequencies and mid bass. Very, very nice. It sounds like your snare drum might be a little bit flat, like you need to pitch it up a little bit. I don't know, I'll listen to the rest of the track and see if that's just the only thing that's caught my ear so far. Really good, like I can hear all those little automations you have in there as well. And I heard that you added another melody on top there as well in the second half of the drop, which was good. Gave it a bit more sort of depth. Really nice bass as well. Yeah, it sounds a tiny bit flat, like a tiny bit out of key. Like so, if something's like flat, so instead of being C, it might be B sharp, so it sounds a little bit flat. So you need to pitch it up a little bit. I think I'm gonna focus on that again. Got really good automation through this as well. I really like the second drop as well. You got so many more elements in there as well. I just want to... The snare's annoying me now. I want to just hear... I think the snare is okay. I think it's because it caught my ear only because you've timed them a little bit apart, which is fine to do. So it sounds like a double hit. But yeah, man, sick bass line. Really, really good bass. You've mixed it quite well. You could play around with some like sort of stereo imaging as well, like pan a few things to the left or right, have them sweep across under automation and stuff. All your sound is sort of coming straight through the center of the mix. Like you have pan that a little bit to the left, and then you've got the like the sort of piano or something happening. It's like your another lead happening on the top. Pan them slightly. Shift one a little to the left, a little to the right, and you'll notice you'll create and occupy like a slightly different frequency field. And you'll start to really, when you hear, I'm hearing all your sounds are sort of like they're very nicely produced and mixed, but they're all like stacked on top of each other perfectly. Start taking them and shift some things a little bit left, a little bit right. And what you do is you create a fuller sound. So you have a very good frequency spread at the moment. Everything is, if you imagine the frequency spectrum is this box, right, with my head in it. Your sound's hitting like this right in the middle, and it's full. It's got all the high frequencies, all the low frequencies, and the body of the track is very strong as well. What happens when you start panning some things, for example, like your top leads, when they get panned a little bit left and a little bit right, you start occupying a new frequency space, and it comes through the mix a lot clearer. Same with your body. Pan some of your body left and some right, so you can literally just duplicate some synths, or for example, you might have 3 or 4 synths making up your main chords, your main body. Shift 2 of them a little bit left, 2 of them a little bit right, And what will happen with your track, instead of it being like linear like this in the mix, it'll start to create like a bit of an egg shape, and then you'll have a fuller, fatter sound. Boom. Hope that helps, brother. Thank you for submitting, man. Welcome to the community. Definitely join the Discord, man. You sound like you know what you're doing, so join, share your wisdom. All right, Shrugen Flip Challenge. Let's have a listen. Also, guys, before this drop happens, it's happening. Really funky. I really dig this. Yeah, guys. So we've got like some new people submitting, and you're in the chat. So what I do at the end of each stream, I get my smartphone to pick a random number between 1 and, you know, whoever has submitted tracks. Basically, every session I take I copy the URL of every track. So far we've had 24 tracks. I will have my phone pick a number at random, and that winner wins a free one-on-one session with me for an hour. And we can do whatever you want online. So we can talk about music, you can show me demos, one-on-one feedback. I can control your screen and do stuff for you, or we can talk about the weather, or who cares? You can do nothing with the session, whatever you want. It's just something I run each week, a free prize. So welcome to stick around. It's going to happen after the next song. Really cool. I dig this. Gives me like, this is sort of like a fusion of very early Flume and very early Disclosure, like when they used to do that super funky glitch stuff. Yeah, I dig that. That's cool. I would sort of, with this one, Shrugen or Shruggen, I don't know how you say your name, however you want to say it. Notice how the waveform is very, very small. So like it's a very, very quiet output. Sounds like you know how to produce. Like your production style is quite good. You know where to place things on the timeline to give good groove and good swing. Focus on your master output. So on your master chain, add some things. Add some like glue compression, add some OTT, add a bit of saturation because your tracks are trying to sound like funky and bright. And then a few strategic limiters to build your sound and make it sound a bit louder. That's what I can recommend for you, man, to sort of improve your production styles. All right, MN, here's my track. All right, let's have a listen. It's a YouTube track. Let's have a listen. This is MN, It Ain't Me. It's a remix, Kygo remix. Cool, and then this is the last track tonight. We're gonna do the draw of the free one-on-one.
I had a dream, we were sipping whiskey neat, highest floor of the Bowery, and I was high enough. Somewhere along the lines, we stopped saying eye to eye.
MN. If you are new, let's see your profile, my friend. No, you've submitted before, but man, we were discussing on the Discord about visualizers. So if you have a contact that does visualizers, let us know in our Discord, because there are a few people asking for visualizers. this week. So help us out. Really cool, man. Like, share. I will like. I sub to your channel as well. Man, that's very, very neat. Very neat. Very, very clean remix. Yeah, I can't recommend too much to improve. I mean, you've already put it online, so no stress about that. I love what you did with the LFO. Maybe play around with that a little more. Really chop up the vocal. There were a few moments where you changed the speed of the LFO cutoff, and it sounded really cool to have that variation. So you could play around with that a little bit more. Cool, man. All right, guys, we are going to draw the winner of this week's prize. So as you guys are aware, or maybe you're not aware if you're new, I mentioned this a short time ago, so I save all your tracks offline here on the side. This week we got through 24 demos. So, hey Siri, can you pick a random number between 1 and 24, please?
A random number between 1 and 24 is 9.
9. All right. Alrighty guys, the winner of this week's free one-on-one is West Baby. So congrats. With this competition, it's just luck of the draw. So whenever you submit, the number comes at random. So congrats West Baby, you win a free one-on-one with me. Just get in contact with me on the Discord and we'll arrange a time to hang out. So guys, thanks for tuning in. I do this every Wednesday. Thank you to everyone as well who streamed my new track as well. It got over 1,000 plays in a week, so that is like unreal. Thank you so much. If you haven't heard it, there's a link down below. So the stream's ending now. Would be awesome if you guys like the video, sub to my channel. Go just stream that track now in celebration of making it to the end of the stream. Thanks so much, guys, and I'll see you next week.